Hi everyone, myself Dr. Divya, and I completed my MBBS and I did my masters in radiology. I am also a gold medalist in undergraduation, and I attempted UPSC, but I could not get through. I could not attempt more because of my age factor. I realized it late after my post graduation, so by then it was already late. It's fine, but I cleared my states exam, and I'm successful UPSC mentor for 4 to 5 years, and I'm very strong in how to approach prelims and how to clear prelims. And then my other strong areas are geography, science, and technology. So you can contact me in Telegram channel, or you can contact through our website or phone number if you have any queries, and we will go through. Now we are presenting a series in geography mapping, both world and India mapping. It is both useful for prelims and mains. In some examples, you can use it for diagram, for mapping. It can be useful. So let's start our series. Today we'll start our geography mapping sessions. And first, I'll tell mapping is useful both in mains and prelims. In prelims, minimum every year, two questions are coming, and more than that, also in some years it is coming. So it is very important to cross the prelim cutoff mark. And in mains also, when you practice now on the paper outline of the India and world maps, it will be useful for you in GS1 and GS2. In GS1 geography questions, every mains question you have to draw a map. And even in IR also, international relations GS2 also, it is very useful to show like trade links or earlier historical sea links and land routes. It is all even in strategic view also it is important. Next, whenever in mapping, whenever you see some country or some place or anything, you just have to note these points are very important. uh, you have to read every place in terms of these are based on the previous year questions of the UPSC. So whenever you see some country, first you have to know what is means latitude and longitude. You don't need to know exact latitude and longitude. You just have to know the important latitudes like Tropic of Cancer, Equator, and Tropic of Capricorn, whether they passes through it or no. And other thing is whether it is in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere or eastern and western hemisphere. Based on this hemisphere thing, it climate of the particular region it changes. So next, coming to next thing, boundaries. Whenever a country is there, for India there are many boundaries. So every year, sometimes UPSC asks, last year they asked Ukraine bordering countries, Russia bordering countries. So you have to know for few countries which are in use exact boundaries. And next, coming to physical features. What are the physical features of in any country? There will be rivers. Rivers, it results in waterfalls or reservoirs. Famous reservoirs in India, reservoirs and dams are very important. In wetlands, any country, wetlands, lakes, and then mountains, peaks, passes, glaciers. Next, any country, they related islands. Islands are always in news because of disputes between both countries. Physically, if it is present in some continent, it is fine, or physically it is like own country. If it is in some EEG exclusive zones, both the countries claim. So they are always in news because of disputed areas. And UPSC has asked questions related to Senkaku Islands. It was in news that time. Another thing is, whenever you read some country or continent, you have to see adjacent seas, gulfs, straits, trenches, beaches, oceans. You must be knowing gulfs, straits, and isthmus, all those definition in the conceptual part. Next is any places in news. Every time they are asking like this place is in news, where it is located or why it was in news, like that they'll ask UPSC. This is a basic introduction, and whenever you are seeing some place or any country or anything, you just have to remember these points and make a note of this. Next, today we'll read about the Pacific Ocean, and then North American and South American continents. Say this is the world map, and you have to know everything. And the world, most of the thing, 2/3 or 3/4, it is covered by the water. That is, water means oceans. Land is less compared to oceans. And first we will see the oceans. There is Pacific Ocean. It is largest ocean of the world. And next is Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. Pacific Ocean is the largest. And Pacific Ocean, its shape is circular. This point is from NCRT. It is very important. See, whatever is in NCRT, every word, every line is important. This is in NCRT. So Pacific Ocean is bordered on the east by North America, South America, on the west by Asia, and then Australia. These are the boundaries of the Pacific Ocean. And for the Atlantic Ocean, it is between the North America and South America towards the west, and Africa and Europe towards the east. Indian Ocean, it is between the Africa, Asia, and Australia. India is a peninsula, it protrudes into the Indian Ocean, so it's worth naming the Indian Ocean. And there are many trade routes here, very important trade routes. And Pacific Ocean, it is important. There are so many islands in the Pacific Ocean and in the Atlantic Ocean. Next, these are the physical features of the ocean. These are the East Pacific Rise, Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and these ridges, I don't say the names are important, but at least you should know that ridges and these are important physical features of the ocean. When you are reading basic conceptual, in that it will come. Next, these are early previous year questions. One is the Kermadec Trench. It was in UPSC earlier question, and the Mariana Trench, it is very important in Pacific Plate. So this entire thing is Pacific. This is Pacific Plate. This is mostly only the oceanic plate, and these are the borders. And along the borders, the plates. Obviously, when the plates move, earthquakes or oceans comes. Earthquakes and volcanoes are mostly concentrated in those areas, and this entire area is called volcanic circum-Pacific volcanic ring, because most of the volcanoes and all those are located along these boundaries. And in Pacific Ocean, what is important is Kermadec, this Tonga Trench, which is below the equator. This is important because UPSC asked. And one more is Mariana Trench. This Mariana Trench is the deepest trench. Trench is a depression in the crust. Mariana Trench is very important. It is almost 11,000 meters deep. It is very important physical feature of the Pacific Ocean. And one more island which is important is Hawaiian Island. In that Hawaiian Island, Mauna Loa, it is active volcano. It always erupts, so it is very important. Now we just see the borders. Here it is Philippine Plain. This is Japan Trench, Kuril Trench. Aleutian Islands are located here, so this is Aleutian Trench. And one here is John D. Fuca Plate, and here Peru Chilean Trench, it is important. And this here Pacific Antarctic Ridge is important. It's not, these are all not important, for just for namesake I am telling. Only important is Kermadec Trench, Mariana Trench, and this Hawaiian Island. And one more thing, in Mariana Trench, this Tonga Islands are located here. That is important because in NCRT it is given. So just see the latitude or longitude of that. And next is, these are the major plates: North American plate, South American plate, African, Eurasian, Arabian, Indian, and Australian, Antarctican. These are the important plates. These plates are important to understand the geographical concept that will be dealt in the conceptual class. Next, coming to most important is islands. There are multiple number of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Mostly along the eastern part, there are not much islands, but along the western part, adjacent to the Australia and Philippines, many islands are located. These are categorized into the Micronesia, Melanesia, and then Polynesia. Even the New Zealand, these come under the Polynesia. Or in news, these multiple islands, they always come in news one or other way. It may be important or may not be important, but just know Marshall Islands is many times in news, Kiribati Islands, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu Islands, Tonga. As we said, the Tonga, it is in NCRT, so it is very important. Fiji Island, Vanuatu Island, New Caledonia, and Kermadec Island, as we said, and Cook Island. These are important. These are names of the islands which may come in the news. And one only important island, this is Easter Island. This is a part of South America, Chile, Chile or Chile, whatever. Easter Island. This is important because in reading the El Nino, La Nina, all this island, it also comes. So it is important in that, for that thing. Next, here we can see the depth of the various trenches. Important is Mariana Trench. It is very deep. Kermadec, it was in previous year question, so it is important. Next, the Pacific Ocean, and after the Pacific Ocean, we'll just go to the North American and South American continents. First, we'll do about the North American continent. I said whenever we are reading some country or place, we'll go first latitude, longitude. Latitude is, it is almost up to Mexico. It is like North America. Next, this part is Central America, connecting between the North and Southern America. First, North America, it extends almost some 12 north to almost 88. Even the Greenland also, it also comes under the North American continent, but it is under the control of Denmark. So it is between 12 to 88 north. It is in the Western Hemisphere, from 45 to 150 Western Hemisphere. What are the three countries that consist of, that form North America is Canada, USA, Mexico. And this part is Alaska. This Alaska is adjacent to the Canada, but it is a part of USA. That is important. Alaska is a part of USA. Okay, first latitude and longitudes. Boundaries, there is not much boundary. Canada only adjacent to the USA. USA is adjacent to the Canada and Mexico. Mexico is adjacent to USA, and this Guatemala and Belize, that these are Central American countries. Next is, I said first latitude, longitude. Next, boundaries. Next is physical features. Before physical features, we can go to like adjacent islands and seas and bays. Seas and bays. See, first, this is from North Pole. This is Arctic Ocean. Adjacent to the Canada, there is the Beaufort Sea, and here there is Gulf of Alaska, and this part is Russia. Russia is a part of Asia. Between the Alaska and Asia, this is the Bering Sea and also the strait. This is a narrow part of the water that is connecting to two larger masses. So this is a Bering Strait. Bering Strait, Gulf of Alaska, and next is here a small part is there. Between that, this is Gulf of California, and adjacent to the Mexico, this is Gulf of Mexico, and coming above, this is Hudson Bay, and this is Baffin Bay, and this is Labrador Sea. These are the bordering oceans, gulfs, bays or seas, whatever adjacent to the North America. Where Caribbean Sea is adjacent to the like part of North America and Central America. Okay, I hope you understand. You got it. Beaufort Sea, Gulf of Alaska, here Gulf of California, Gulf of Mexico, Hudson Bay, Baffin Bay, Labrador Sea. I just went anti-clockwise. Whatever you want, you can read in that way. Next is, okay, now island, base over island in Pacific Ocean. When I am talking, I said USA, that Hawaii Island, that is important. Here a bit later it will be. This is done. Next, this is the Bering Strait, as I just wanted to show separately, so I just kept this. This is the Seaward Peninsula of Alaska, and this is Chuki Peninsula. And what important latitude and longitude is 49th parallel. It separates the Canada and USA exactly, and 100° west longitude, it separates the North America into almost equal halves, right and left. Okay, this is the physical map of North America. In physical map, we will go through mountains, plains, plateaus, whatever, any greeneries and all those things. First, we will come here. This is the mountains. First, we'll go along the west coast. West coast, there is the mountains, and in central part there is plains, and in eastern coast small mountains are present. This is the overall physical features. What is the left mountains? It is Cordilleras. Cordilleras, it is like twisted. There are multiple Cordilleras. It is a means kind of extensive mountain chains with parallel ranges. It looks like a twisted mountains like that. So Cordilleras. What are the examples of Cordilleras? Are Rockies and then Andes in South America. First, here the Rocky Mountains. You can see here the Rocky Mountains is there. This it includes both um, Canada, USA, and other important mount Rockies are first important. Other important mountains are Sierra Nevada, Sierra Madre, which is extending to the Mexico, and Mackenzie Mountains. This is about the mountains, and adjacent to it, the central part, it is the Great Plains. In the Great Plains, there are like lakes, rivers, and all those are important. That we will come next. And other, this is the coastal plain here, and central lowlands also. And along the left coast, there are mountain ranges, but they are not as tall as the Rocky Mountain. They are small, like hill range kinds. These are this Appalachian Mountains, and then Laurentian Plateaus. These are the overall physical features. Other important physical features are this Labrador, Newfoundland, and here there are multiple mountains. Not much important, Queen Elizabeth Mountains and other. Only Baffin Islands, these are, sorry, these are not mountains, these are islands. Only Baffin Island is important because this name is Baffin Bay, it is there now, so that's why it is important. And one more thing, between the Canada, these islands, and here Greenland, there is Davis Strait. See, for North America, left side it is Bering Strait, and this side it is, east side it is Davis Strait. Next, these are the extent of the Rocky Mountains from north to south. Next is, in Rocky Mountains, there are multiple mountain peaks. Previously, UPSC asked few mountain names in exam, so those are important. Only that I am telling. Rest all I am skipping. I won't tell any other thing. This is not Washington. It represents USA. This Mount Saint Helens. It is in previous year question. It is located in the USA. And one more mountain they have given that is important is Mount Rainier. It is also in USA. They can give like with where it is located, or they can give match the following. They can give some Asian mountains and countries, Mount Rainier, and like these countries you have to remember that it is in USA. And what are the other North American mountain which is important is Mount Paricutin. It is in Mexico. This is important. Next is, along with mountain, there will be valleys and Grand Canyons. This Grand Canyon is a network of deep, narrow valley that comes into the dry Colorado Plateau. It is also located within the Rockies Mountains only. And other important feature is Old Faithful. It is a natural geyser, a hot water spout. Geyser means a hot spring kind of thing, means hot steam comes out of the land. Once in every 19 minutes, the water from the geyser comes out roaring up to 60 meters high. This is found in Yellowstone National Park, which is located in the USA. And next, now mountains we have read. Next, we will go to greeneries. Greenery, physical features, along with that one greenery. This is known as temperate grassland. It is prairies. Prairies is a temperate grassland which is located in the North America, and it includes, it extends into both Canada and the USA, and Mexico also. Mostly Canada and USA. Next, after the greenery, we will go to the lakes. As I said, central plain area, in that lakes are very important, and of all the lakes, these are the 5 Great Lakes. 5 Great Lakes, these are the freshwater lakes, and it consists of almost 1/5 of the world's freshwater lakes. These are located at the border of the Canada and USA. These are important. First one is Lake Superior, and just below that it is Lake Michigan. Next is Lake Huron. See, when UPSC they'll ask questions like write these places from east to west or west to east, not to south. So that's why you have to see which is above, which is below, which is right, which is left, and everything. Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake Erie. and Lake Ontario. These are all the freshwater lakes. They provide water to both Canada and USA. And only no other lake have opening to the sea. Only Lake Ontario have opening to the sea, Gulf or sea, with the St. Lawrence River. See, Lake Ontario, it has St. Lawrence River and it opens into the St. Lawrence Bay. And Niagara, it is a important waterfalls and it is located between the Canada and USA. See, people tell this is in shorts you see like this is a Canadian side of Niagara Falls, this is a USA side of the Niagara Falls. So it is located exactly between the USA and Canada. First, connecting between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, there is Niagara River. That river falls the Niagara Falls. So it is important between which lakes they can ask like that. Next, Red River. Red River is located in the USA and along one more Red River is in Asia. That is important than this. Next is there are many rivers in the USA. Everything is important. Main important is River Mackenzie from the Great Slave Lake. Its mouth is located in the Beaufort Sea. It origin in the Great Slave Lake and it empties into the Beaufort Sea. This is important because it is in news regarding the lowest. It has reduced the lowest level because of excessive precipitation and all those. Whenever something is like excessive, like extreme importance, even there is in South American country 90-day climate emergency, so that can be like UPSC important topic they can ask. So this Mackenzie River, it can come in exam. Other rivers are whatever important is Lake Mississippi, this river here, and it joins with the Lake Missouri River and also the river Missouri, and also it joins with Ohio River and it empties into the Gulf of Mexico. Earlier UPSC question is Mississippi River form birds food delta. What is a delta? It is formed at the mouth of the river and it appears like a bird's food. So it is bird's food delta is formed by Mississippi River. And other less important rivers are Colorado, Rio Grande, and these are not important much. Only Mackenzie, that Red River, and Mississippi River is important. And next is this is the political map of USA. These are the different states or cities. Washington DC, it is the capital of the USA. You can see other also. This part is like Miami. See, most of the seas and people enjoy Miami beaches are very nice. So adjacent to Miami, Cuba is there. It is an island which was once under the control of USA. That is important. And other along the left coast, see even the financial capital or like that, it is in New York. It is almost most of the important areas are on the right east coast. In the west coast, all the enjoying places are Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco. All these places are located. In United Nations, many important organizations and all these are located within the USA only. All these are located in UNO, UNICEF, UNFPA, UN Women, UNSC. These are all located in the USA. Even the banks also. Washington has IMF, World Bank, and Global Environment Facility. These are all located in the USA. Now coming to the Canada, it is the second largest in area and longest coastal line. And note how many time zones are located in the USA and Canada or North America. That is given in NCERT. Just go and check over it. Next is Canada. In Canada, one lake is the Lake Winnipeg. It is important in terms of UPSC. And as I said, this Mackenzie River, because due to extreme heat and minimal precipitation, this origin from the Great Slave, it is a repeated one, Great Slave Lake. It empties into the Beaufort Sea. Next in Canada, there is International Civil Aviation Organization located in the Montreal. Hans Island, it is in news. It is disputed area between the Canada and Greenland. See, this is Canada. This is Greenland. So between that there is Hans Island. So it is important. And Komagatu Maru incident. This is a historical news or historical static subject connecting with the geographical mapping or connecting with the dynamic thing. See, Komagatu Maru incident, it happened between the Canada and USA. They did not allow Indians to get into the Canada. But wave that happened, it is in Vancouver Burrard Inlet. It happened during May 23, 1914. There were over 376 passengers over that ship. Komagatu Maru, it is the name of the ship. Where is Vancouver? This is the political map of the Canada. Capital is Ottawa. Vancouver is towards the western coast. Here, that Komagatu Maru ship came, but they did not allow, and it just came back. And many people died, so there was some issues. And Komagatu Maru and Montreal Protocol is there, na? So this is important for that. And next is, as I said, in that image the name was not there, so here this is the Davis Strait. It goes into the Labrador Sea and finally into the Atlantic Ocean. See, this Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, it was in news because last year there was allegations that Indian government is associated with the killing of prominent Sikh leader who was like a civilian of the Canada. So that India and Canada relations are strained. These come in the IR of your GS2 part. India Canada relations, they can give, or how it got strained recently. Because of that, in news, this Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, it came into news, so I just kept this. Next, Northern America is over. Next, going to the Central and South America. See, Northern America, there is not much important map-wise. Only few areas which previous year questions UPSC asked. Only that questions are important. But South America, it is so many countries are there. So it is so much important. Central America, it is not much important. Only adjacent there are in islands in the Caribbean Sea. Those are a bit important. See, now this is Central America. A few countries are there. One is Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador. See, I told you latitudes, longitude, this is not much important. It is above the equator, because I told till 12 degrees north, the South America, not 12 degrees, if you 12 degrees north, South America extends. So but Central America, latitudes and longitudes, it is not much important. Boundaries, it is not important, but if you want, you can read, because these are all small. Belize is very far, and El Salvador is adjacent to the Guatemala and Honduras, and Nicaragua is between the Honduras and Costa Rica. Costa Rica is between the Nicaragua and Panama. Boundaries you can see. And after that, gulfs. What are gulfs? Adjacent to the Honduras, there is Gulf of Honduras. This and this side Panama Canal is there. This canal is very important because countries are thinking of constructing the artificial here, means a canal, so that they don't need to go all the way to the South America and trade. They can go through this Panama and then trade, because it reduces the cost and it is effective. Panama Canal is important, others are not much important. Only Nicaragua, it was in news recently. See, whenever something in news it comes just before the prelims exam, I'll repeat it. Now, as of now, Nicaragua is only important because there was